We all know what interest is on savings, right? Because since most of us have a savings account. The sad reality is, however, that 32% of South Africans do not have a bank account. Even more unfortunate is that the South African Reserve Bank, or SARB for short, the statistics they released states that negative 0.3% of South Africans are saving. In layman's terms, this means that people are spending far more than what the other proportion of South Africans are managing to save. According to Scott and Bethany Palmer, there are five money personalities. They are also commonly referred to as the money couple. First, you get the saver. So, this person is very reluctant to spend any money, will do a great deal of research to try and see, is it worth the buck? Maybe I should check somewhere else as well to see if I can maybe get a better deal. So the saver is for those people that really hold on to their cash, and very rarely do they let it go easily. The second one is a spender. We all know a spender. You must have a spender in your circle. There's always someone that just has to buy something, that just have to spend money. They're always the one that's willing to pay for everyone, the one that lives life on the edge. And when it comes to big purchases, it's just like YOLO. I need to enjoy my life. That is the spender personality. Then you get number three, the security seeker. So this person is someone that takes calculated risks. This person will do spreadsheets, analysis on what is the pros and cons versus me buying this one now versus buying that one. What could I have spent my money on elsewhere? So this person is a straight up researcher. This one will know Google like no one else. This one only takes calculated risks. You must know someone like this. Then you get the fourth type of personality. So this is the risk taker. So if you've got any entrepreneurs as friends, these are the ones that will risk it big time and say, look, I'm going for this thing. Like if you guys know about the Dogecoin millionaire, this guy put his entire savings, everything into Dogecoin, and now he's a millionaire. So you get those people that will just yellow everything into one bucket. Those are the risk takers. These guys do not play around when it comes to taking risks. Finally, we have the flyer. So this is someone that couldn't care less about money. Money is the last thing on their mind. They go on the assumption that money will take care of itself. So they will just live their best life and expect that whatever they have in the bank account just has to work out. If they run out of money, it's like it's of no consequence to them. The flyers are the ones that are readily available to just pass on the responsibility to someone else. So if you're dating a flyer, the flyer will be the one that's completely unconcerned about finances because there's someone else to rely on. Okay, so why am I telling you this? Look, the point is not to say that any of these personalities are bad, because you might fall into either of these categories. The trick is to identify which one you resonate with most, or maybe there's multiple. But the point is, with each personality, there are inherent weaknesses and inherent strengths. So ultimately, it's an emotional bundle, right? So what I'm asking you to do is push aside the emotions and focus purely on the facts. So if you can be unbiased when it comes to making financial decisions, you are able to make more objective decisions that can make you more money in the end. Because if you keep following your emotions instead of following this, you'll follow the market, and that ultimately leads to losing a little bit of money when investing. Sometimes a lot, depends. Now that you understand the five personalities, right? Let's dive into dividends and why I think it's a really good investment for anyone to have as part of their portfolio. Hello Frizzle, my name is Everyone and welcome to my Tube of the You channel. So the whole reason why I started my finance channel was to help people that are not financially literate or do not know the intricacies about investing. The system was designed to make people think you need lots of money to invest because it kind of reserves it for the rich. In addition, they make it sound complicated so that you seek professional advice and get financial brokers which will charge you quite a handsome fee in exchange for their knowledge. I'm using this platform as a means to provide this information free for you so that you are able to use it to make investing decisions that will help you in the future. If you don't mind, could you please leave a like and subscribe? It will help a lot with the algorithm. You're probably wondering why I would start a video saying that 32% of South Africans do not have a bank account, or that the savings rate is negative 0.3%. Well, the point was to highlight just how few people are actually financially literate. And the point is obviously to dispel this information and help people become more financially literate. The fault doesn't lie at the people who are financially illiterate. In schools, we are not taught how to work with money, not even how to make money. We are taught how to be good employees. If you keep working for someone the rest of your life, you'll never become rich. That's why you need to pay yourself first, which is why I wanted to talk about dividends today, so that I could teach you how dividends can pay you as you sleep. If you haven't watched my previous video on what are shares, right, I'll give you a quick rundown because shares are linked to the dividends, right? So shares are basically financial instruments that companies send out into the market and sell to the public, which they then buy to then become shareholders of that business. So you share in a portion of the business. The money then is used by that business, which they can also be referred to as equity or capital raised. That money is then used to invest into the business to help it grow. Once companies mature enough and they don't require that much capital to grow the business anymore, and they've reached their peak, for example, if we use Coca-Cola, then at some stage they'll then want to distribute these profits to their shareholders. So you get a share in the profits because you are a shareholder. You bought 100 shares in Coca-Cola, that would be paying you a dividend of 0.42 cents in dollars per quarter. So in basic layman terms, right, that means you'd get paid $42 every 3 months, which is the equivalent of $168 a year just for holding 100 shares in Coca-Cola. That's excluding the capital appreciation growth that you will also experience. In even more simplified terms, free money. You see, the great thing about dividends is the shares you hold in the business will also grow over time, right? The stock market has historically always gone up. So not only are your shares growing in value, but you're also getting paid for free for holding the shares. And there are a couple of things that you could do with the dividends. You could either use that as extra income, or you could use that dividend and then reinvest it. So when I say reinvest, let's say you get your $42 in 3 months from Coca-Cola. You can use that $42 to buy more shares in Coca-Cola. So that's simply called reinvesting the dividends. Alternatively, you could take the dividends and buy a different stock. So buy shares in different companies using your dividends. So that way your money just keeps compounding and making more money. You could even buy more dividend stocks, and then that stocks will pay you dividend from the dividends you used from Coca-Cola to buy the stocks in the first place. Now, if you followed that or not, just rewind and have a look again. Ultimately, what I'm saying is it's a win-win situation. As you can tell, right, dividends is a great source of income, commonly referred to as passive income, and it's an asset. The shares that you buy is an asset. So if we ignore simple accounting terminology and just focus purely from a financial cash flow point of view, an asset is something that generates money for you. A liability is something that takes money from you. Just remember that dividends is not guaranteed. The company is paying you out of their own goodwill, right? They can at any point in time decide to no longer distribute dividends. This can either ring alarm bells, or it could be because their business roadmap into the future requires significant more capital injection, which is then good for the business because ultimately your shares will then start to grow as well. Another thing that I really like about dividends is that it's also like a hedge against market crashes. So if you've got quite a mature, robust client that you've bought shares in, company that you've bought shares in, and this company can weather through a storm, through a recession, what happens is, although your share price has declined, your dividends are still then buying you additional shares in that business at a lower price. So eventually when the market picks up, because the market always bounces back, your returns will be much higher. Please make sure that dividends is a part of your investing strategy so that you too can get paid in your sleep. Because who doesn't want to get paid in their sleep? I mean, come on, free money, right? You can invest in dividend stocks either locally or internationally. I use Easy Equities. Easy Equities, guys, if you haven't used it yet, it's a very easy app to use. Just download it from Play Store. They do give a demo account that you can practice with if you don't want to use your own money at the moment. They give you 100,000 Rand in the local profile and 150,000 Rand in the USD profile, or $10,000. So you can use those funds and buy in industries that you deem or that you are interested in, and you can monitor what it's like to actually invest. And once you're more comfortable, then you can start using your own money. But like I said, you can start with 5 Rand, you can start with 50 Rand, whatever you feel like you want to start with. Start with that. Start with something, because at the end of the day, you will still be much further ahead than the person said, I'll start tomorrow. Finally, thank you for watching the video, guys. If you've made it to the end, I really appreciate it. If you could please leave a like and subscribe, it really help me out a lot, so that this video can reach more and more people, and then we can start a revolution and everyone starts investing, and then everyone can retire. Thank you again.